Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bolin. Thank you guys for joining me. Yesterday, I did a video on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard verdict, and I shared with you guys how that Johnny Depp had won a $15 million defamation suit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard, and that she countersued him for $2 million. Why she got $2 million, I have no idea. And I shared with you guys how that I normally don't do videos on court cases of celebrities because some people look at it as like non-important. But the reason why I did that video was because, as I'm going to say in this video, and I'm going to elaborate in this video, it was because it's political. And because this channel deals with politics at length from a conservative perspective, that's why I deal with these kind of things. Whether it's a movie, even if it's a movie, I'm always coming from it a conservative political spin or conservative political worldview. Okay. Now, what I want to share with you today is that I found out that, and I knew this was going to happen, the radical liberal left feminists have gone crazy over Johnny Depp's win, accusing his win as a protection of the patriarchal, just like I said, or protection in a previous video, just a protection of the patriarchal movement and a protection of misogynistic men. Now, this is basically what this is. So I'm just going to read a small portion of this article. I'm going to read some of the tweets, some of the mean tweets some of these radical feminists have said. Let's get into this. The article starts off, leftists have exploded in a fit of feminist rage following the verdict in the Johnny Depp defamation case against Amber Heard. Calling it a win for the patriarchy and misogynistic bias, leftists from the Washington Post, Taylor Lorenz, to the Guardian's Maria Donegan, hailed Amber Heard as yet another helpless victim of domestic violence who was beaten by a powerful man. And let me say this before I begin to read some of these tweets. I am not in defense of a man putting his hands on a woman in any case. Is there domestic violence against women and violence against women in this country? Yes, there is. There's a lot of that. And men that abuse their physical, God-given abilities and power, they should be taken care of. They should be arrested. They should be thrown in jail and throw away the key, so to speak. So I'm not defending that kind of action. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about real cases where men are physically abusing women. But let's be realistic. Whether people want to admit it or not, there are cases, oftentimes unspoken of, that involve men and their female counterparts or their female lovers or their wives or whatever, where the women are either verbally or sometimes physically abusive to the man. Guess what? I was one of those men. Now, I'm not here to put to shame anyone or anything like that, except to say this, is that one of the reasons why me and my ex is not married is because that was one of the reasons. Okay? She was, and I'm not saying the name or anything because this is not to defame her or to shame her, but I'm sharing this little bit of experience with you guys to show you that men have oftentimes been physically and verbally abused as well. And they should be given justice when the evidence shows that they have been abused one way or the other. I was physically abused, spit upon, pushed out of the bed, pushed out of the cars in the middle of the freeway, you name it. Knives pulled on me, you name it. And somebody may argue, man, you was a simp. Why'd you let all that happen? Number one, don't bring the simp stuff to me. Okay? Being a man of God and a minister at the time, then and am now, I was showing compassion and mercy. Not so quick to want to jump. If you're a preacher, you ain't gonna be quick to just jump into and say, "Oh, I'm about to get a divorce." When it first started happening, I was about to get a divorce. I said, "Now forget this. I ain't gonna go through all this." But after my pastors wife talked to me and my ex, I started, okay, yeah, I'll give it another chance. Of course, the pastor's wife gonna tell me that. You understand? Boy, his former wife was going to tell me that. Okay, so then this is what ended up happening. And I was like, okay, I was being a little bit more merciful and kind. But to make a long story short, it became a hellish existence for me. And eventually I made the decision to leave. That's not being a simp. That's being a man of compassion. Okay, so but to make a long story short, there are a lot of men that have been physically and verbally abused and are being physically and verbally abused by their wives and their girlfriends. And these people need to be heard. It is not a protection of the patriarchy or not a protection of misogynistic men. That's not what it is. It is justice. It's paying attention to facts and logic, which is what the left has a problem with. Okay, so let's deal with this. Let's deal with some of these crazy tweets. This is from E.G. Dixon. Amber Heard had more evidence than 99.999% of domestic abuse survivors have to support her claims of abuse, and a jury still found her guilty of defamation. Meanwhile, the person she accused could not be bothered to even show up to court. We hate women so much in this country. That's one of their, man, these people crazy. Read another one. This is from Jessica DeFeno. Clearly, these are radical feminists who've been brainwashed into believing that strong men or all men are nothing but a bunch of misogynistic, evil people who want to dominate, control, and hate on women. But anyway, the Depp Heard verdict and the abortion ban and the pro-Anna TikTok and the submissive trade wife content and the I don't want to think, I just want to be hot bimbo comeback, and Kim Kardashian telling the New York Times she would eat quote literal SIAT if it made her look younger are all connected. They all send the same message. There's only one way to be a woman in this country: to give up, to shut up, to shrink, to be property, an object, a plaything, to empty your head and surrender your body to the state until it kills you. These are some of the tweets of some of these people. So I just wanted to read some of those tweets. As I said, I'm not going to read no more of that. I have something else I wanted you guys to see on here. But it just goes to show you that radical feminism, which is a part of the left, is doing no good for men who are actually being abused by their wives and their girlfriends. And this says, the article says, far left outlet The Root took the verdict even a step further by claiming that Johnny Depp's major legal win, quote, sends a message to black women everywhere, end quote. Now here we go again. The left and the Democratic left, and this is all they have: race, gender. When are people in this country going to wake up to clearly what these people are doing? As we have seen from Tina Turner, and it quotes, the quote from The Root says, as we have seen from Tina Turner to Rihanna, from Megan Thee Stallion to the dozens of young black women R. Kelly abused, our pain becomes punchlines and our humanity is invalidated, charged The Root. Now here's the problem with this. Here, let me look at this. Let me make a comment here when it says, as we have seen from Tina Turner to Rihanna. Now, excuse me, I don't know anything about Rihanna's case. I don't know nothing about that. I don't follow them. I don't know. I know even less about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know nothing about these people hardly. I don't follow them. But I do understand the situation with Tina Turner. I don't know how you see that as a failure, because Tina Turner divorced Ike Turner. She became more popular without Ike Turner than she was with him. Ike Turner ended up dying out. She became very popular, then moved to Europe. Okay, so how do you see that as I don't see how you see that as misogynistic or whatever. I mean, that case is a win-win for Tina Turner. And far as R. Kelly is concerned, R. Kelly, from what I understand, true, he did get away with a lot of this stuff, a lot of this abusing of young girls and stuff. But part of the reason for that was because his fan base pushed it aside and supported him. Boy, we love his music. He's so talented. And that was composed of men and women. Oh, he's so talented. He's so talented. Oh my God. He's so, ooh, you know how to rock the, he's so cool, and they supported him. So if you got the fan base supporting him for being a child pedophile, then what do you think is going to happen? He's going to be covered up. But eventually, dirt and nastiness comes to the top. Like they say, cream comes to the top, so does nastiness. Nastiness comes to the top, and nastiness came to the top with R. Kelly. And he eventually, and correct me in the comment box below if I'm wrong, but he eventually got put in jail for his crimes. So that's a victory. That's a victory. So I don't know what these radical feminists are talking about. But let me just say this and ending on this. And you guys, I'm going to leave a link to the article in the description box below. And you can read that on your own free time if you want to. Read the rest of those tweets if you want. But once again, radical feminists, they, as I said in the other video, dealing with radical feminism and what it's really all about. It's a communist front. That's what it's really all about. It's designed to destroy the credibility of strong men. And this case with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, clearly, from what I know, the reason why Johnny Depp won was because the evidence supported his case more than Amber Heard's case. The evidence supports it. I mean, I'm going to assume that's what the case it may be. The evidence supported it. It's not a misogynistic situation. It's not protecting the patriarch. It's not. When you look at the child support system, I've heard this from so many men. On my job, I've had to deal with it. But on my job, I've heard it from so many men how the child support system is designed to take money from the man and give it to the woman no matter what the case may be. The man can barely survive because, and I've just heard so much stuff about this, and there's so much about the child support situation and how it's connected to radical feminism and stuff, man, it blow your mind. I'm not going to even get into it on this video. But it's suffice to say, there's a lot of things are designed to destroy strong men. Now, I'm not talking about men using their physical God-given abilities to abuse women. That is clearly not what I'm talking about. That God designed men physically stronger to protect the woman and to protect his children, not to abuse it. And when you don't know your purpose, you abuse your purpose, as one theologian says. And a lot of men don't know their purpose for their physical makeup, so they use their physical makeup to abuse women and to control them. That's not the original intention. The original intention for your physical abilities is to protect the woman. And so I'm all for men using their physical ability to protect the woman. But strong men we need in our society. Men who would stand on their morals, men who would stand on principles and be strong for the society and be strong in government and strong in the schools and strong in the churches. And I'm not talking about physical strength necessarily, but also mental and emotional and spiritual strength. But the radical feminists hate that. And that's why they set out to destroy it. And that's why they're acting like a bunch of fools with this victory with Johnny Depp. But victory is victory, regardless of how you put it. So what do you guys think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button. Share this video and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative with Ryan Boland.